So I'm wondering if you guys want me to mainly do these videos in the daytime, or if it doesn't bother you that they're in the nighttime and stuff like that and you can't really see that good or whatever. Let me know that in the comments. But anyways, I got a real short story to tell you this time. Somebody asked me in a comment if I like the Nintendo 64. And it's not that I don't like the Nintendo 64, it's just that I don't have much experience playing it outside of like GoldenEye and Mario 64 and a few other games, and there's a reason for that. When the Nintendo 64 was coming out, when it was, you know, like, oh, it's, you know, coming out in like a month or two or whatever else, a lot of people may not have had this in their area or didn't know about this, or I don't know what else, but they actually had a Nintendo 64 set up at the local Toys R Us where I lived, but it was all Japanese games. It was all, you know, like Mario 64 in Japanese, Pilot Wings in Japanese. I don't know if they had Pilot Wings set up, but I know they have Mario 64, stuff like that. But anyways, after school, because I was still in elementary school back then, after school, my mom would drive me to Toys R Us and stuff like that, and, you know, leave me there for, I don't know, like an hour or two or something like that while she went and, you know, got groceries or did chores or whatever else. And so I would play on the Mario 64 version, or the Japanese Mario 64. And so I played that for like a month. I played that for like a month straight, you know, like every day pretty much I'd go over there and play that. And so when the game actually came out in America, I already knew so much about the game and where you could get the stars and the gameplay and all the mechanics of how the game worked and all that stuff, that when the game was actually in my hands, you know, like a launch day in America, I beat the whole thing in pretty much a day. I didn't get 120 stars, true, but I did get, you know, I got 70, you son of a bitch. I got 70 stars. And so that was it. So like when the Nintendo 64 launched, there was only that and then Pilot Wings. And it's like at the age I wasn't really too interested in Pilot Wings, so I was like, okay, what am I really gonna do for this, you know, and stuff like that. I was kind of like, eh. So we decided to just take the system back, get the money back, and I got a Voodoo 2 card for my computer. But here's the real fail about this entire story, okay? Now what you don't know is that before the Nintendo 64 came out, my parents didn't buy me this. They didn't buy me this for a Christmas present or for a birthday present or something like that. I paid for this with my own money. Now, you're probably wondering how the hell I paid for this with my own money when I was still in elementary school. I sold to a newly married couple my Genesis, my Super Nintendo, 3 controllers for each, 10 games for each, the X-Band cartridge, the Sega Channel cartridge, a Game Genie for, I think, my Genesis, all the boxes, and all this other, you know, like everything. Like, I sold all that. I sold all that to get enough money to buy the Nintendo 64 and Mario 64. Yeah, so looking back on it, that was a horribly stupid move, obviously, but I got all that and sold it, and then I sold the Nintendo 64, well, I got the money back for the Nintendo 64, and then I went and got that Voodoo 2 card, and then the Voodoo 2 card, obviously, is extremely outdated, and it's in a computer now that I don't even have anymore, and I gave to my cousins. So basically, I ended up with jack shit. So that basically was what happened. So, you know, lesson learned there. I don't know what lesson I actually learned there. I just learned that it sucked that I sold all my shit. That's pretty much the lesson I learned right there. So, but that I don't know if you'd call that an epic story or if you call it like an epic fail story. I don't know what you'd even call that, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed hearing that one. And again, let me know if you care or not that it's, you know, nighttime, or if you want to only see these in the daytime, stuff like that. And yeah, and look at that perfect fucking timing. I am right at my destination. That is great. Perfect.